Woburn. I'm your host, Samantha Stone, and I am thrilled today because we have a lot of springness around us. The sun was shining today, and we've got lots of great spring things to talk about on the show. And up first, as always, Mayor Scott Galvin. Welcome, Scott.
Thanks, Samantha. How are we doing?
Good. I was talking about earlier before we started recording that I have some massive spring cleaning to do in my house. And I know we have a citywide yard sale coming up. Rory will come on in a couple of weeks and talk more about that. Any spring cleaning plans at City Hall or anything? How do we,
Well,
all
we
the
do
now the
have,
snow is melted.
yeah, the street sweepers are going to start getting out, and they do a rotation schedule where they get out to the different wards and they try to rotate it. So they do the big sweep. They start, and then they'll, after that, they sporadically get out where they need to. So that's on the docket. We have the shredded, where people can bring their documents to City Hall for free. That's, I want to say, April 21st. That's a Saturday, 9 to 1 City Hall. So that's a good one for people to clean up after the winter and get rid of their documents. And it's good. That's those two. And we do, as I told you, we have a waste pickup, which we haven't had for quite some time. Residents were going to Lexington and they stopped us from going. So that's going to be a big one. That's in August, and that'll be, helpful to residents to safely get rid of the hazardous material. So those are the three big ones. And then, of course, the Lions and Conservation host a cleanup. Frank, is that what you're going to talk about, Frank? I don't want to steal your thunder.
No, Frank's here to talk about Taste of Spring, so you're not
that's
stealing
good.
anything.
Yeah, that's a good one. But the Conservation Day is coming up in May. That'll be a nice opportunity for people to not only get out and clean Haunt Pond, but areas around the city that need to be addressed. So that's
fantastic. And just for those, I think Saturday is April 22nd. So yeah, just for folks who are listening, very glad about hazardous waste pickup. I know I've got like cans of paint, lots and lots of cans of paint, but that's not the latex that I can just dispose of in regular trash. I think it's got
oil based.
Yeah. So that is excellent to know. The other thing that I'm very excited about and has me thinking spring and summer is the Pocket Park. It looks like they've done a beautiful job excavating, and getting ready to build. I saw a picture, a rendering of what the final image will, I'm sure, look something like that. And I noticed in the rendering, there was a mural on one of the buildings, and I got very excited. But before I get too excited, I didn't know if we were really doing a mural or is that just part of what the vision could be.
That is what the vision could be, and we're working with a butter who owns the building, and she's interested in doing something there. So that would be nice. But again, it is kind of a vision, and we do need permission from the owner of the building.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm excited for that. I hope they agree to do that because I think it would be a beautiful addition.
Yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah, that'll be really nice. I know that when we last spoke, there was at least one, if not two, union contracts that were still being negotiated in the city. I just thought I'd check in and see if we've finished those up or are those still in progress?
We have one outstanding, and that's the police superior contract. And we are at the JLMC level. So we're working to try to settle before we go to binding arbitration. And we're meeting.
We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're meeting this week.
Okay, good. Well, I will remain optimistic and hope that all gets worked out. Yeah. I'm just taking a look at my notes because I wanted to. Oh, I know what this was. I wrote myself this really long note, which is not very useful when I just want to have a quick bullet to use as a reference. And I wrote a paragraph, which is not smart on my part. But what I wanted to mention was I met someone who's just moved into the new housing development behind over in the new Woburn villages. And I just happened to meet them and we were chit-chatting. And I was saying, what do you think of Woburn and how excited they're? They're like, oh, we love it. I go, there's all the shopping I need. They don't have a car, like all the things we talked about that development being able to provide, easy access to commuting for work. But one of the things that struck me is they have never left the development in 6 months that they've lived there.
Wow.
They were not complaining, just to be clear. But my own observation was, oh, I'm a little sad. You've never seen the library. You've never been to a rec program. You haven't had an opportunity to check out any of the restaurants we have in the center,
right.
Sort of all those things. And it struck me that as these new developments come, that one of the things that might be helpful is some kind of just within city little, maybe it's a trolley that on the weekends or something. And I guess wanted to ask, is this something we've ever talked about or could talk about? And if people were interested, who would they work with to kind of envision what that might be?
It's an interesting idea, Samantha. Certainly will be something we would look at. That's very interesting that they have it.
So you could just leave it there and
Yeah.
I will, and we could follow up. I know it's like threw at you. And I was just after I met with her, I had this thought. It just struck me like, wow, that's what we want. We want fewer cars on the road. Right.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. But then, we want them to be part of it, really feel part of Woburn and do all the wonderful things, the tree lightings and all, the fireworks.
You
all
definitely
the
want
things
them.
that go with
And
that.
people, did she express an interest in wanting to be more involved in the community, or she,
She did express a desire. She wasn't, and again, it was me sort of prompting that. She wasn't complaining. She was, new to the area, but I think she hadn't had in her head all the things that are available that she hadn't had a chance to experience. And, she's been here mostly over the winter when the weather isn't very nice. So now that spring's coming and summer's here, even just taking a walk at Horn Pond or any of those things are difficult when you don't have a car to get around.
Right. Oh, well, that's also good. We're one of the, we don't have those blue bikes or the green bikes. And that's something that we could talk to more about, to give people modes of transportation to get out. That's a good option.
I didn't even think about that because that would require me to be on a bike. And so it never would have crossed my mind, but it's a great idea.
Yeah.
And I think there's some good opportunities to look at that as well. Excellent. Well, those are the questions, Scott, I had for you. Anything that you wanted to update us on?
No, again, the website, you and I talked about the website. It really is a timing issue. It should start being populated. And we did there's more information on there. I think it really was a timing issue that people feel. I talked to a couple of different department heads. They fill those, they generally try to fill them in advance, as you had said, but sometimes they lag a little bit, but they're always up on time.
Great. Well, I appreciate the update and the follow-up on that very, very much. I did see some of the April City Council meetings are now up there. Good. So lots of good things happening. Fantastic. Well, next up, Frank, I'd love to chat with you about Taste of Spring and all things Lions Club fundraisers. Welcome.
How you doing?
Good. Good to see you. Frank and I saw each other quickly at the Woburn Education Foundation fundraiser last weekend. And so it was nice to see people, like, I had to get real clothes on and real shoes and I don't dress up anymore. So it was kind of fun to see everybody nice and spiffy.
Hopefully everything's coming back eventually, step by step.
Yeah. Although I'm okay with them all being in flip-flops moving forward. I like to see people. That's awesome. No, it was a really lovely dinner. And I think they raised a good amount of money. I'm sure they'll talk about that and announce what they did as that comes up. And you have a wonderful Taste of Spring coming up. And there are all kinds of fabulous restaurants and things that I saw in the flyer on that. It made my mouth just sort of water thinking about it. Tell us a little bit about what people can expect at this year's event.
Well, this year, this is the second time the Lions Club has helped New Path run this event. So we have a little bit more flow going to it because it had a couple of years off. So this year we have a lot of restaurants. We have Sam Walker's, now is an established restaurant in town, and everybody loves their food. So it's a great little pub. We have Peppercorn coming with their Chinese food, which is always delicious. And we have Zeka, the Indian restaurant downtown.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. I love it.
And Tony C's from Burlington. We have Marco's from downtown Woburn with their deli and Italian food. We have Chick-fil-A is actually coming this year. So everybody loves their nuggets. I don't know what they're bringing, though. We'll have to see. We have 110 Grill, and 110 Grill is going to bring their one of their sister restaurants, Aviva Trattoria, and Jack's Cold Fired Pizza from Burlington's coming. Surf from the Woburn Village, so that should be good. Everybody's been raving about their seafood. Redstone also from the Burlington Plaza up there. They're coming there for the second year in a row. We have True North Ale Company coming with some breweries. We have Tez Mezcal also from Burlington, and they're Mexican food. We have Leonardo's from North Woburn there. They should be coming with their pizzas and all their food. They're a great time. We have Brickyard from downtown Woburn. Matador from Washington Street area there, with their tapas. We have a new restaurant, Fox Den, from downtown. The Gregoria's there, all their food that they bring. Tremezzo from Wilmington. We have chipwreck cookies, the chocolate chip cookies. We have the two schools, Greater Lowell Tech High School and Northeast Regional High School, and they're going to try to win some of the prizes that we have coming this year. We have scoreboard, of course, in the Crown Plaza. Berlundi's back again. They were actually on, the Phantom Gourmet recently. I saw them. Mike Riley Catering, also from Northeast Regional. And we have Bickford's from Burlington and Rosa Mexicano from Burlington too. So
I am just completely starved now. Thank you for doing that. And also what a wonderful list of all different kinds of foods from some fabulous places. I've personally tried most on that list, but not all of them. So an even better incentive to come check things out. I love that the schools are coming. I don't know how many people who are watching have been to Northeast. The Vogue school you can go have lunch there, and students are the ones who prepare the lunch and serve the lunch, and it's part of the culinary program that they have, and it's actually quite good. And the students there are really talented, so it's kind of fun. They're going to come out to this event as well.
Yeah, because we also have the Woburn Gilded Artists. They're going to have their auction as well in the front, so you can gather and look at their art. And we're going to have the jazz quartet and the Alan Whitney Jazz Quartet, and then Kate Girardi going to fill in the gaps. She's going to sing some of her solo songs. And we'll have some small silent auctions and a 50-50 raffle, and all that for $25. How can you beat it?
That is a really good deal. And not only is it a good deal, it's going to a wonderful cause. For those who aren't familiar with New Path, tell us a little bit about the work that they do.
I mean, they help the disabled in town and in the area. And, they just like all the different, volunteer organizations, it's hard to get help nowadays. And COVID did take away a lot of the volunteers. So that's why we really want to help them get back on their feet and get back to where they were in terms of helping everybody in town and all the neighboring towns.
I think that's fantastic. Now, this is the 26th annual Taste of Spring. Do you have a little history about how it got started?
They were looking for an event. Joanne Mulcairn is one of the sponsors, and I think she was the one who started it, her and Sandy Stanton, and she's from Stanton and Company. They were the Middlesex Lions. They're also, the volunteers in town are the volunteers in everything. So they were one of the original ones who were also the Woburn Middlesex Lions. So, we all spread ourselves helping each other out, all the different organizations.
That's fantastic. You guys do a lot. Thank you, as always, Frank, for coming on and tell us about it. It sounds like a very yummy and fantastic event. It is April 6th. And where can people get tickets?
We have the tickets available on Eventbrite, but also Jack Moscow, and on the flyers, his number is 781-640-1378. So, or the Lions on our website. So there's ways to get them. We'll get the tickets to you and at the door. We'll have plenty of tickets at the door to let everybody in. And it's 5:30 to 8:30, so it's not too late in the evening. And it should be a great time.
Browsing across all kinds of food is my favorite kind of eating. Like on Thanksgiving, I just want all the sides and all the things. On the upcoming Easter holiday, I'll do the same thing. So sounds like my kind of event. Frank, thank you so much for joining us.
All right. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Next up, I have Reverend Ryan from St. John's Baptist Church. And we're going to talk about spring cleaning in a little different way this time. We're going to talk about wellness and our health. And this is a great time of year to start paying attention to it. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Samantha. I'm happy to be here. It's a pleasure to meet you and Lauren as well.
I'm really excited for this event because I think it really is, such a good opportunity for us to sort of do a check-in with ourselves, and lots of free screening and services. Tell folks a little bit about what's going to be happening on the Wellness Fair.
Well, here at St. John's Baptist Church, we're definitely focused on total wellness. And so that's biological, psychological, social, and spiritual. With this particular health and wellness fair, we're focusing on the biological. And so we have a lot of different strategic alliances and partnerships with health organizations to bring some screenings to the city of Woburn. Starting with like Beth Israel Leahy Health, they'll be there doing various screenings. Be Smart, Moms Demand Action. This will be not necessarily screening, but more so information sharing around gun safety. We have Bill Ricker Farmers Market, for which one of our members is a member of this farmers market. They'll be represented as well. There'll be some healthy vegetables there. There'll be blood pressure screenings. We have Cataldo Ambulance providing COVID-19 vaccines and a $25 gift card to those getting vaccines while supplies last. We have Dr. Bagnall Dentistry who will be there talking about dental health. There'll be goodie bags and things given out to the community, and that's my dentist.
I love it. And you've got great teeth, so they're doing something right.
We have Montvale Endocrine and Diabetes Center. There is the Prostate Health Educational Network, FIN, along with Winchester Hospital Breast Care Awareness. And last but not least is the National MS Society. And again, St. John's is focused on health, biological, psychological, social, and spiritual. This health and wellness is where we're emphasizing the biological for the betterment of our church as well as the community at large.
I think it's wonderful. And thank you for opening the church to our entire community for this. It's a great opportunity to meet some new people, to think about your health and safety and all the things that go along with that. Are you, remind us, when is this happening? And it's happening at the church, which is on Everett Street, correct?
That's right. This is happening on April 29th from 10 to 1 p.m. The church is located at 3840 Everett Street, Woburn, Massachusetts. And it's going to be open doors to all. When you come in, you'll see everyone that's providing screening and information set up at different stations and booths. So folks will be able to walk in, go to different stations, receive education, screening, and learn more about how we can take care of ourselves and take care of our neighbors.
It's fantastic. And it's just like an open house, right? So people don't have to sign up or anything. They can just arrive. Is that true?
Just arrive.
Perfect.
So we just ask that if you are coming, that you bring someone with you.
I love that. Bring a buddy with us. I think that sounds fantastic. Are you looking at all for additional information providers or service providers, or just want to get the word out about attendees coming and learning more?
Well, we definitely want to get the word out. So we want everyone to know that they're welcome. If there are others who would like to have a station, we welcome that as also. I'd say just contact Deaconess Tony Walker. She is facilitating and organizing and liaising with all the healthcare providers. So again, that's Deaconess Tony Walker. She could be reached at 781-935-4314 or by email twalker@sjbc.info.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for organizing this for our community. This is a great opportunity for us to bring a neighbor along, come along with a friend or family, and then feel good about things. And then, maybe go out and take a walk at one of our fabulous places around town afterwards. We have so many beautiful places to check out.
Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you for joining us.
Seeing you and your mom.
That's right. My mom will definitely be there. Thank you so much for joining us. And Woburn, as always, continue to take good care of each other.